This is the RS3M version 5 and it might be the most hyped budget cube ever. So after using it for a while, what's it actually like and could it be the go-to for every cuber from now on? Well, there are 6 things that I really like about this cube and 4 that I'm not so sure on. But first, let's go back to when I unboxed this product. And to keep this part short, in the box is the cube, a robot display, some accessories and leaflets. Which brings me on to the first thing that I really dislike about this product as a whole, and that is how much completely useless plastic you have to buy in order to get this cube. I mean, great, it adds to the experience, but realistically the amount of people that would have just binned this straight away is worrying. Also, they could reduce the price even further without it, which would be nice. But now moving on to first turns, and to begin with, I noticed how dry and fast this cube is, and that's something in general that I like. However, I did get a significant amount of lockups, which is never a good sign. After that, I noticed the coloured internals, and that is the first thing that I really like about this cube, because it's clear that Moyu put in the effort to change the plastic colour on the inside, which I think is a nice touch. Moving on now, one key thing is the UV coating, and that really helps with grip. But going back to what I said a second ago, and that is the amount of lockups I was getting. After looking at the corner cutting, it becomes obvious why this is. Obviously, most cubes nowadays can easily cut 45 degrees out of the box. However, the RS3M can't even do line to line, which is worrying. And so now, let's move on to some stock solves. This is just a couple of hours after I got the cube, and at this point, no changes have been made. So like I just said, the corner cutting sucks straight away, and that is the second thing that I dislike about the RS3M version 5. With the way cube technology is going, they should easily be able to do 45 degrees now, but this one just can't. However, now onto the second thing that I like about this cube, and that is the stability. Obviously, when any release includes maglev, there is going to be little friction within the core. This means that they can often be uncontrollable whilst turning, yet the ball core within the version 5 ensures that that isn't the case. Therefore, despite how fast the stock version of this cube is, it never gets to a point where I am overshooting turns or having to consciously slow down to not make mistakes. Furthermore, the UV coating, which I touched on earlier, is incredible in ensuring that I don't slip up. Realistically, I won't ever have an issue with a lack of grip, which couldn't be the same if I got a different version. But anyway, now let's set up this cube to make it fit my preferences perfectly. First of all, after taking off the center caps, I loosened the screw to increase the corner cutting, which was one of the main issues with this cube. Then I used the included tool to change the tensions by 3 clicks in order to maintain stability whilst giving more flexibility. However, at this point the cube had become slightly too fast, which is where I added some Pires to slow it down and make it more controllable. After breaking that in, it was a little bit too slow, so I added just 1 drop of DNM37 in order to regain some of that speed. And now this cube is ready for some solves and my final review. However, just before that, I'd like to say a massive thank you to speedcubing.org who sent me this product. You can find plenty more like this and many completely different puzzles over on their website. They have incredible prices with fast and reliable delivery, especially within the UK. So click the link in the description to have a look for yourself. But now, what are my final thoughts on the RS3M version 5? And is it the new best budget 3x3? Well, to begin, after setting this cube up, there is a massive improvement in pretty much every feature. Not only is the corner cutting decent now, the enhanced stability from breaking in the lube really helps to make as few mistakes as possible. On top of this, the 20 magnet ball core ensures that the turns are completed with as little force required, which reduces the amount of lockups that I would normally get. However, one issue that I still have with this cube is that despite normal corner cutting being improved, reverse cutting is still an issue, with the smaller ones still feeling stiff and difficult to complete, where it would be so much nicer if it just glided through. Another thing that I do not like about this cube is that it has a weird hollowness to it, which means that you can tell it is a budget cube. And whilst that might not be too much of an issue considering it is actually cheap and there's no way to cover that up, I would have liked Moyu to change this. But anyway, what are some more of the good things about this cube? Well, I really like how it is 56mm rather than a smaller size, as it fits my style a lot nicer. However, if this isn't something that you like, then it could be an issue. Furthermore, the UV coating is a great addition in ensuring as few mistakes are made, and in general, this cube feels rather nice to turn on. One slight contrast to this is that I'm not a massive fan of the sound it makes, as it is quite high pitched and clacky rather than smooth and soft. But anyway, I do really like the RS3M version 5 as a whole. And to answer the question, is this cube the new best budget 3x3? Well, I'll have a full video comparing this to the Guhong version 5 in just a couple of days. So subscribe to not miss out and check the pinned comment to find that video once it's released. Make sure to leave a like, let me know what you think about this cube in the comments, and thank you very much for watching.